Hello, my wonderful Scorpios. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing amazing. In today's video, I will be tapping into the energies of those of you that are currently in a no contact situation. So as per usual, I will be starting off with an oracle and we can clarify the existing energies with tarot. Okay, guys, so we have one card here. It says, not today, boundaries and hurt, avoiding conversation, not dealing, still upset. Okay. Well, this is a very clear message that, it could be that someone is trying their best to avoid thoughts of you. Like it could be something that feels very difficult for them to do, or they feel like they are impacted by this separation, but it's like they don't want to think about it. They are feeling hurt, but they may feel like something is causing them to feel very powerless here. I also feel like someone could be putting off a conversation. Even if it's like a much needed conversation, they could be kind of putting it on the back burner or saying, you know what, I'm not going to reach out today, but I'll do it tomorrow, or right now is not the right time. So there may be some sort of excuses here as well. Okay. Okay, so we have the Judgment, then we have the Queen of Pentacles. I'm strongly getting the energy of someone who feels like a decision was made for them. So, it could mean that you've made a decision for this person, or there's some sort of like divine intervention where if this person, for example, was putting off making a decision, right? Maybe they were stalling. It could be that something happened between the both of you, or maybe you communicated something to this person along the lines of not wanting to be involved with someone who's indecisive, but really, or initially what I was getting is like they feel a decision has been made for them. Like something is not their choice, or the ball is not in their court. Okay, let's start off by seeing how they are viewing you this week. Yeah, this person feels like a decision was made for them. They were not prepared for you to either cut ties with them, or just not prepared for this separation. It's not necessarily about who cut ties with who, but they're viewing you or the situation as, I was not prepared for this. I was not expecting this. I was not even thinking this was going to happen. So I see someone who feels very thrown off. So even if it's like specifically this week or something very recent that you communicated to this person, maybe they did not expect you to completely cut ties with them or set some sort of clear boundaries. They may, be aware that the situation didn't feel stable, but they did not think that it was going to fall apart as soon as it has. Okay. Five of Wands, and we have the Five of Swords in the challenge position. Yeah, you have someone here who's definitely holding on to a level of anger, hurt, or frustration. There's a lot of mental conflict, especially for those two cards to be coming up in the challenge position. With the Five of Swords and the Five of Wands, I definitely feel like it's someone who can't stop thinking about you, A, but B, there's something that doesn't make sense to them and something that's causing them to feel very uneasy. It's almost like they feel blindsided, or there's like something that you communicated that they really did not expect. And so it's leaving them feeling very conflicted and very, feeling like there's a lot that's going on, or a lot that they're thinking about. The Five of Wands could also be an energy of a very chaotic situation, possibly more than two energies involved. They are reflecting, but I see it as, okay, I know this was a chaotic situation, or I know that there was a lot of drama in this connection or between Scorpio and Di, but I did not expect things to end as soon as they did, or I thought I had more time here. And it's very difficult for them to process. So I feel like it makes sense as to why the not today card came out, where this person is really suppressing their emotions or not wanting to think about it. They feel very broken, or they feel almost like something is ruined between the both of you, but I feel like they're struggling to see the role that they've played or struggling to take responsibility here in one way or another. But it's also a lot of mental conflict. Just, could I have done more? Should I have said more? That sort of thing. Just feeling very uneasy when they think about this separation with you. How are you viewing them? Seven of Swords, someone you don't trust. You may be aware of something that this person has done behind your back. You may feel like this is also a strategic person where instead of admitting to something that they've done, they try to justify it. And I'm really getting a strong energy of you analyzing this person and maybe trying to figure out where you went wrong or why you didn't see something coming. Because I feel like this is someone who did not expect a separation, but on your end or how you're viewing the situation, it seems to me that you did not expect someone to lie to you or be dishonest with you. But you have a completely different perspective on this person. Like something that you may have thought that they were not capable of doing, you feel like they have done. Okay. Wheel of Fortune as well as the Eight of Cups in your feelings. Yeah, you could feel like it's time for me to close the door, it's time for me to walk away. You may feel like you put your best foot forward or you did give this person countless chances, but the Eight of Cups is acknowledging that you're not content. And the Eight of Cups it's a pretty heavy energy because it's not easy to walk away or detach, but it also feels just as difficult to stay in a situation where you're not receiving what you want or where you feel like, a key component is missing, specifically in the emotional department. So it's like it hurts for me to detach and let go, but I also know that if I stay, nothing is going to change. Or if I stay, I don't see that you are making the necessary changes. Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. You feel like what could have been very stable or something that you were putting your effort, energy, and investing your time in, you're really questioning your efforts, is what I see. Because we do have the Ten of Pentacles, which is, a card of commitment or, investing towards something long term. But Ten of Wands is feeling very burdened or overwhelmed to the point where you could feel like things started to feel very one sided in this connection, A, or B, you could just feel like it was a lot of work and effort that you put forward, but it never really resulted in what you wanted it to. Hmm. I feel like this could be a week where you may be missing this person, but you're having a hard time seeing the good in this connection here because there's something that's very frustrating to you or something that is hard for you to believe that specifically when it comes to, what this person has said or done because you're viewing them in the Seven of Swords energy. So I'm not saying that you feel like this relationship doesn't mean anything to you or it's just all bad, but I do feel like you're really, or what you don't trust or what's bothering you about this person or connection is being highlighted for you this week. I do see that. Okay, Empress, and we have the Knight of Cups. I feel like this is someone where there's something to do with the family that is coming up, so that you guys could have had conversations about having a family. Maybe some of you do have children with this person, but they are viewing you in a very nurturing energy. Some of you could be dealing with a Libra or a Taurus. I see a lot of reflection happening, yes, and even feel like this person wants to apologize or tell you how they feel. But there's a lot of conflict, right? And both of these cards are coming up in the challenge position. So this is what this person is struggling with. Feeling conflicted, wanting to speak to you, but feeling challenged when it comes to opening up, some sort of communication. And I feel like even if, like leading up to the separation or as a separation occurred, this person is processing things after they have happened. So while the separation was occurring, you may have sensed a nonchalant behavior from this person's end, or you may have felt like they weren't doing anything to kind of, stop the separation, or they weren't really fighting for the connection when they had the opportunity to do so. But really what I sense is someone who's almost shocked at the reality of, or at their reality in the current moment. It's like processing everything that has happened after it has, occurred. Okay, so in their feelings, we have the Knight of Wands and we have the Three of Cups. So this person could be acknowledging that they were very in and out with you, very inconsistent here. Three of Cups and Knight of Wands could quite literally just be someone who has a very player-like energy, or they, want to keep their options open, or they were connecting with you, but they were also connecting elsewhere. It's not necessarily someone who is making a firm decision. It's not someone who was able to offer you stability. And for these two cards to come out in their feelings, I think that they're aware of that. Because this person's viewing you as someone that they have a great time with. They feel like this relationship is something that they really miss, but they're also acknowledging that they were very inconsistent with you, or they weren't making a decision. So this may have been a connection where the both of you felt very connected to each other, but there wasn't necessarily any sort of title, right, on the connection. Or maybe when it came to commitment, that was something that you guys didn't really discuss, even if you wanted to. Ten of Swords, and then we have the Six of Cups. Yeah. I feel like this person definitely wants to come back around with the Six of Cups. I feel like they're missing you. But Ten of Swords is almost looking at a situation and saying, how do I pick up the broken pieces and fix this? Is that even something that can happen, or is it just all in my mind? Hmm. And with the Six of Cups and the Three of Cups, they are missing you, but it's like they're also acknowledging that they're missing you now, but in the past they put you in a predicament where they weren't necessarily choosing you, or at least making a firm decision. So even if they were spending time with you and the connection was great, you do feel neglected in one way or another. Because with the Seven of Swords, you are viewing them as someone who had something else going on, or in one way or another, you are viewing them as dishonest, like they were not being completely transparent with you. Okay, so we have the Magician, and then we have the Knight of Pentacles. What's the Magician? The Four of Swords and the Temperance. They definitely want more peace, okay? They want things to feel more balanced, right? So this could be someone who's like, okay, I want things to feel more balanced. I want to feel at peace when I think about Scorpio. I want to be at a place or at a space where I can actually just communicate with them. But I feel that with the Knight of Pentacles, it's very premeditated also. There could be a little bit of strategic behavior, or this person is thinking about things thoroughly prior to, approaching you. Four of Swords, like I do see some sort of healing taking place, but I don't feel like, I feel this person wants to reconnect with you, but I don't feel like they're being fully transparent with you is pretty much what I'm getting at. It's a very premeditated energy, or it's someone who feels like there's more of a concern about reconnecting than possibly coming clean about something or owning up to something here. Okay, let's see if there's anything they want to communicate. Okay. Cards are flying everywhere. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so let's see. Is there anything they want to communicate to Scorpio? If I could go back in time, I would handle us differently. So there's definitely a level of regret. What is the truth? So this person could feel very confused. They may even be suspecting something from your end. It doesn't mean that, you have been dishonest with this person, but this is what's going on in their feelings. It's like this person could be thinking about the past with you and thinking about what they could have said differently. Maybe even something that they communicated they wish that they could take back. You were right. So there could be something in particular that you communicated to this person that they were in denial about in the past. Or I also feel that I was feeling a strong energy of not owning up to something, but instead justifying it. So this person could have, justified something, or they could have kind of tried to sweep some sort of a truth under the rug here, instead of admitting that, you were right about something. And then we have, I can't stop thinking about you. So you're weighing very heavily on this person's mind also. Okay. So let's see. Well, let's close this reading with some angel answers. So is there anything that Scorpio needs to hear in the current moment? So the first card we have is no. So you guys may have had a question here, okay, about this person or the situation here. But the second angel answer is within the next few months. So maybe something that you want to occur in the now is going to happen, you know, in a few months here, or it could just be symbolic for divine timing. But I also feel like if there's like a very, like intuitively what I'm picking up on is if there's like a very uneasy feeling that you have about something that you want to do, I would say refrain from doing it at least this week here, especially with the first card being no. Okay. So that is what I'm getting for you guys this week. I really do hope you were able to find a message that resonated with you here today. And thank you so much for your time.